Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the B-Main Bandits Racing League season in review for the fall 2023 Topless Tuesday Triple Crown Series. This video is not possible without our buddy Eddie over at Warlord Gaming. Be sure to follow him for any other races we have in the future. Week number 1 took us to the Kern County Raceway Park with the midgets and the non-wing 360 sprint cars. Race number 1, Heat 1, saw the beginning of a season-long rivalry between Craig Silvey and Ryan Paget.
White flag, Craig sending it low. Can he get the slide job up on the berm? It's going to be a drag race to the finish. And Ryan Paget will win heat race number 1, followed by Craig Silvey. Andrew Thornton.
Heat race number 2 would see Mr. I Can't Turn on Dirt, Richie Joplin, hold off Stephen Spies for the heat race win.
All right. Final lap here. Joplin and Spies. Who's going to take it? Spies is looking on the outside. Drag race to the finish. Mr. Richie Joplin will pull off. And
the first A main event of the season featured only 9 cars, but don't let the low car count fool you into thinking that the racing was anything less than stellar.
3 and 4. Everybody's getting antsy, and they are on the loud pedal. It is green flag racing here at Kern County. Byron Gay gets a good jump. Robert Smith throwing that slide up on Andrew Thornton. Andrew's trying to work that high side. Can he get up there? Oh, and we do have an incident back there. Oh, there we go, touching those wheels once again. It is never a good thing. Something works, and just haven't been able to make it. Looks like the top line is dominant. Spies looking underneath Gay, and slide job makes the pass stick. We have a new leader in Stephen Spies. See if he can run away here. Andrew trying to get under Mr. Byron Gay. He's there on the straightaway. Slide job once again. Andrew Thornton up to second. Can Craig Silvey do anything to follow these guys? He wants to stay in their sights. Craig Silvey going down into 3 and 4. Pulls under Byron Gay once again. Byron Gay is back to 4th. Oh, we do have contact. That was like Mr. Richie Joplin got into the wall. We are got some slide jobs here. That was like for a couple guys in the wall. Can they save it? We got one over in turns 1 and 2. Oh, most likely due to his oh, just hits that slick and goes around. I know from personal experience. Starts getting dark like that. Oh, let's see if he can do it anymore. Oh, Craig giving him the bump, telling him it's time to go green. Wanting to get around him. Craig working that low side, trying to find any little bit of grip to get around him. Spy's still able to hold it up top with Paget. He's right there. He is in range to try to get around. Oh, feeds Silvey the right rear. But Spies is loving it. Seeing these guys battle behind him. Silvey throws a massive slider. As the top 3 guys are just going at it here. Changing slider for slider. Who's going to be the one at the finish line that's going to be able to hold it? Silvey does maintain second so far. He's trying to take that sliding line away from Paget. Having a very different position changes here as Silvey has caught up to Spies. Tries to throw the slider, can't get there. 3 and 4. Will he send it? He's going to try. Not able to get there. Stephen Spies will bring home the checkered flag with Craig Silvey and Ryan Paget right behind him.
Moving into non-wing sprint car action, Dirt rookie Richie Joplin and league owner Andrew Thornton battle for the second position during heat race number 1.
Ryan is loving this in his rear view at the moment. Oh, and Richie does flip over, causing the yellow. Can he get up there? He's going to try to get as close as he can, run to that high line, but no, Ryan will take heat race win number 1. Right rear right on it.
Heat race number 2 would see Craig Silby start from 4th position, advance to the lead on the Jared Pettit misstep, and take off and leave the rest of the field, cruising to the easy Heat Race 2 victory.
Here, guys, so I do apologize here. But Craig Silby putting on a masterclass.
Similar to the midgets, only 9 cars taking the grid for the first A main event of the season for the sprint cars. But similar to the midgets, the race did not disappoint.
They are green. Jared does take off, trying to slide up there and get on that high side. As they are 3 wide, 4 wide behind them. Everybody is fighting for position here. Do have a little bit of contact between Thornton and Byron Gay there. And it looks like there's... And before you know it, there is Mr. Craig Silby working under Spies. Taking a completely different approach. Can it work? Looks like he got the 2 for 1. A little bit of contact. Spies battling back here. But Craig is up on the high side, which is the preferred line for these cars. And Craig has worked his way up to P number 3. Contact up front. Oh, looks like we might have a yellow here. Doesn't look like Ryan's going to let him get up there to try. And we are green flag racing once again here at Kern County. As we have a exciting battle for second. Oh, and Ryan gets into the wall. No caution. He does get it back. But that will let Craig jump to the lead. We watched him in heat race number 2 run. Oh, just hitting that wall with that right rear and just sends him looping around. Coming out of 2, Andrew gets a massive run here. Tries to send it down. Oh, he just sent it too hard. And ends up giving the right rear. Boom, we are back on the loud pedal. It is green flag racing. Heading into 1 and 2. Paget and Spies have been duking it out. Can Paget make a move here? Throws the slide job. Spies is able to work it back around him and keep P number 2. Silby is loving this, saying, guys, you can make contact. Y'all can fight. Just let me go. Paget, oh, man, was not clear. He threw a very risky. Paget throws it in. And, man, just not enough room there. Not 2 guys fighting for the same real estate. Andrew. Let's go see here. Craig has worked himself out to almost a 2-second gap on contact. It looks like this time it just was a little bit too much. Paget gets into the wall, goes a little high, and tries to cut back down, and he just cuts 4. Getting ready, and there we go. He is on the loud pedal. J.D. Myers gets under Andrew. Was that before the start-finish? It's definitely going to be up to iRacing. Andrew cuts back and gets around JD. Paget throwing his name into the loop here. 2 laps to go. Paget and Thornton are side by side. Who's going to get that second position? Craig is in a different zip code now. Andrew running high. Paget on the bottom. Oh, JD comes in and makes contact with Ryan. That may be just enough for Thornton to secure that second spot.
At the end of all that excitement, Auckland, New Zealand driver Craig Silby bring home the win. Andrew Thornton in second, and Ryan Paget rounding out the podium. Week number 2 took the midgets to the Lanier National Speedway in the Peach State of Georgia. Over a dozen cars set to do battle on the High Bank 3/8 mile.
All right, pace truck is off, and Byron Gay does take off. He jumps up to the high side. It's like Jackson McClain tries and successfully throws a slide job. He's working that high side with Gay and Sylvia on the bottom. Jackson does touch the wall, but keeps that momentum going. Just not enough there. Jackson McLean, white flag this time by. Craig goes to the bottom. Jackson just running that right rear up on the wall in the corners. Able to keep momentum, keep his foot in it. And Jackson will walk away with his first heat race victory of the season. Coming out of 4, and we are green for heat race number 2. Joseph Smith throws it in there. Oh, almost hitting that wall, but able to keep it off and work that high side. 2 guys on the bottom. No surprise, Mr. Andrew Thornton, and that looks like Austin Thornton, his brother, trying Ryan making the move on Andrew in 1 and 2. Almost feeds the right rear to Joey, and Andrew feeds it to Ryan. Oh, no. Is Ryan going to have anything to do here? He throws the slider and unable to catch Joey. Joseph Smith, your heat race number 2.
A dozen cars took the grid for the second midget feature of the season. This race had a bunch of exciting action and some of the best sound bits from Eddie Jones all season long.
Diving down into 1. Some places we are 4 wide. Everybody trying to get as much position as they can. Chris Johnson, not a typical dirt guy, having some issues. Oh, ends up hitting the cushion with that right rear and just for your top 4. Green flag racing, 21 laps to go here at Lanier. Ryan will lead him into turn 1. Jackson throwing a massive slider on Craig. Can't keep the position down the backstretch. We'll fall in line here as Andrew trying to work that bottom, finding any grip, trying to work around Wonder Boy as Fat Charlie Sheen. Oh, just lets it ride up a little bit too hard coming out of 2. Slams that right rear against the wall and sends her for a ride. And they fire. He's going to take a look underneath Craig Silvey. And once again, throwing that huge move, hoping to clear Craig. And Craig just has too much momentum on the outside there as Andrew Thornton catfishing the bottom. See if he can clear Jackson. Oh, he still has the position, working the bottom, but can't. Oh, Ryan just catches too much of the wall, collects Craig Silvey in it, and Ryan fires. We are green flag racing. Got Jackson working the high side as Andrew goes to the bottom, trying to find the grip down there. They come out of 2, 3 wide. Jackson sends it up. The crossover, 3 wide once again. Great racing by the top 3 here. Who's going to have it? Looks like Jackson might have the momentum from the high side as Andrew Thornton and Jackson McLean got around Ryan. Wondering if that it's like having a little bit of issues. Oh, Chris Johnson, the asphalt boy, doesn't know what to do on dirt. Says, what is this brown stuff? Slides up, gets a piece of Scott, and spins him around, causing the caution. Don't bruh me. Jackson here. Pace truck is off. Jackson fires, cuts across the bottom of the track, and shoots back up top. Andrew Thornton trying to get around Ryan. We'll be side by side with him down the front stretch as Craig Silvey sticks his nose in it. Top 4 guys are battling for the top 3 spots. White flag is out. Can anyone make a move on Jackson? Oh, Ryan and Silvey touch.
After 30 laps of excitement, the Wonder Boy, Jackson McLean, claims his first A-Main victory of the season. Andrew Thornton in second, the benefactor of the late slider by Craig Silvey, who brings it home third. Week 2, Race 2, saw the long-awaited return of the asphalt sprint cars to the B-Main Bandits Racing League from the last great Coliseum, the Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. Having lost the original broadcast, me and Eddie Jones broadcast this ourselves a couple days after the fact. Very light foot on the start, as you'll see here.
Yeah, as they do get going, I mean, Richie gets a great jump out here. Looks like you guys do try to get some single file.
Yeah, Richie just dove right into it. He only purchased this car the week of the race to give it a try, so it hadn't jumped up and bit him yet.
Yeah, not quite yet. Looks like, oh, right there we did have an issue. Getting ready to take the green here. You do have Richie Joplin and Jackson McLean up front still as they fire and are green once again here at Bristol. Seeing some side-by-side action. Looks like you and Tom Land there were trying to duke it out for that third spot.
Oh, man, that's a white-knuckle ride having somebody on your inside, because as fast as stuff happens here, you have nowhere to go if they come up the racetrack.
Going down into 3 and 4. Touch wheels, and Richie Joplin is still in the lead. Single file restart now. You guys did try a couple double file restarts, just didn't work out. Single file is the safer option for these cars and allows you guys to get to this. And it looks like might have a little bit of issue here. Craig Silby is going slow from that earlier incident. Keeping it low, letting
Yes, it was.
Oh, there it is. Chris Johnson.
It goes back to what I said in the driver's meeting. Give it too much gas, you will spin the tires, you will flip, and you will die. And we only go to singles if we have consecutive cautions within the same lap.
Yeah, sure. Well, we'll go with that. You just wanted the low line. But even with that, still can't capitalize and get a run on Jackson. Oh, Richie finally just makes the mistake there. Gets loose coming out of the corner, and that will allow Tom Land and Andrew Thornton and Jackson McLean to all get by him. Richie does drop back to 4th. Jackson is not comfortable seeing Andrew on his ass like that. Gets the run down below and able to complete the pass. Now Wonder Boy, will he be able to drop back in line and keep up with Andrew? Beauty of replay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you just got on the throttle a little too hard there. Broke it loose down the front stretch. And that does bring out, yep, right here. So Samuel Reed and Joey just getting into it. Said it already once tonight. Open wheel cars, touching wheels, it is not fun. And Joey gets to go for the ride. Least amount of mistakes. Because that's going to be key to winning this race. And just like that, Andrew does fire off. The top 4 get singled out fairly quickly.
He got the apron on corner exit and pulled back up in front of Richie and tried to get out of his way, and never did quite find that traction again and grabbed the missile.
That is a shame for Tom Land. May be able to pull a couple spots out of this as the pace car does go down for the first green-white checkered attempt. Andrew Thornton does lead them to the line, going down into 1. Him and Richie. Who's it gonna be here? Richie does have the run with that little bit of draft, getting close. Tries to dive it down in there, but just not enough room. Andrew does slam the door. Where you're going to see Richie try to get this is he's going to have to get in on entry. It looks like we did get the green flag, or the
After 45 lightning fast laps around the Bristol Motor Speedway, league owner Andrew Thornton brings home the win. Richie Joplin in second, and Byron Gay slips into the 3rd spot with a last lap pass. Week 3, Race 1 took us to the Tulsa Expo Center to the Chili Bowl with the midgets, and the action did not wait for the feature to heat up.
Launches green. We are going at the Chili Bowl. Logan jumps out to a great lead, followed by Josh Berkey on the inside. It's like John O'Brien trying to run away from the New Zealander. John O'Brien sending it in there hard, running that slider line. Oh, Craig does get underneath him. As we see, it looks like John O'Brien flipping there. Yep, he is not doing too. Joseph Smith does bring him around, and looks like Wonderboy gets a jump on him. Working on the high side, gets around and will stay out in the lead for now. With the Joey just touching that wall. Whether he can continue to ride on that top side and keep the momentum at this small track. Looks like he will. Trying to put that right rear right up on the wall. Seeing just how much that wheel is moving. And how much skill it takes to run this small track. Oh, just gets in the slick. Oh, there we go. Not able to throttle up out of the turn, hits that wall, and as we've seen on the cushion, looks like we do have a fight for second place here. White flag is out. Byron Gaze working on the inside. Can he get up there? Slide job. Byron will pull out the second place, and Richie Joplin sneaks in for the podium in heat race number 2.
14 cars rolled to the green in the Expo Center. If you know anything about iRacing, the Chili Bowl, and the midgets, you know what this race consisted of.
Tonight, definitely see the 2 lanes forming. Wonderboy taking it over the berm, losing a lot of momentum. Like Andrew trying to make it 3 wide. Oh. Craig Silvey and John O'Brien is getting into it there. Oh, we have issue. 2 green once again. Working that low side, trying to protect from Byron. As here comes Andrew Thornton up high. And it looks like, oh. Andrew just trying to run with the big boys. Shoots it up into the wall. Joseph Smith trying to not. Austin throttling it up on that bottom and just shooting up. Gets loose. It looks like. Oh, Austin just getting into Robert there and not having a good time. Just throwing it in there, trying to gain ground, and taps the back of Gay. Austin just shoots down in 3 and 4, and what we've seen guys doing all night long. They enter too high. With Samuel Reed rounding out the top 5, followed by Richie Joplin, Andrew Thornton. And it looks like we might have just caught something there. Right along with Austin Thornton here. See what happens. Oh, the big one at the Chili Bowl, guys. Top win. Oh, and once again, Brown. Oh, looks like some internet issues, and the 22 goes for a ride once again. Pace truck is in, and we fire green with 2 laps to go. Silby sends it over the berm. Can he capitalize? Byron right in his wheels. Final white flag lap. Byron sends it in a little bit too hard. Sends it over the berm. And that's going to allow Craig Silby to get away. That's going to shake up the entire top 5 as it is chaos at the line.
And in the result of that chaos, Craig Silby grabs another win. Samuel Reed, upside down and on fire, finishes second. And third place goes to John O'Brien. Week 3, Race 2 took us to the Diamond of Dirt tracks, the Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri for some more non-wing sprint car action.
And they fire. We are away with action here in the non-wing sprint cars at Lucas Oil. Samuel Reed will lead them into 1 and 2. Sounds like we already have some wreckage back there. Looks like Doug Burns going slow. As Noah Bowman sends them 3 wide, cutting down the nose of Andrew Thornton. And will jump to the lead. Can Andrew answer back? Throwing up that slider, trying to get there, but does not have enough room. The top 5.
Even had a celebrity appearance by Mr. Doug Burns from How to Suck at iRacing, demonstrating his craft.
Andrew doesn't get the greatest start, not up there on Noah's bumper, as Noah leads them to green. Oh, Noah hits the tire! And we will finish behind Mr. Andrew Thornton out of Granbury, Texas. So, figured we'd ask you.
Oh yeah.
And off we go, guys. We are green for heat race number 2. Brandon Voiles gets out to a good lead with Joshua Berkey and Wade Fields right on his ass. Berkey on the high side, got the momentum, and to get up above the cushion, he will give up the lead to Trevor Royer, as Wade Fields is trying to get under Josh Berkey for that number 2 spot. Royer will come home with heat race number 2's victory. Oh, John O'Brien will lead them to the green here as they fire for heat race number 3. John sends it down into turns 1 and 2. Looks like we had some little bit of contact there. Looks like between Robert Smith and Byron Gay. I'm sorry, Jackson McLean, Wonder Boy, running Gay off the track. As Jackson rocking that high side, trying to follow Craig around John O'Brien. Great battle for the lead here, as John gives it to him to get in this. Final lap, white flag is out. Who's going to come home with the victory? Craig sends it down low, throwing the slider. Jackson on the high side, drag race to the finish. Jackson McLean will be your heat race number 3 winner for the points lead.
After those 3 exciting heat races, a league record 17 cars took the green flag at Lucas Oil Speedway for the feature event.
Up with everybody and stay in that top lead as we are green now. Berkey will lead them into 1 and 2, but Noah Bowman sending it down inside really hard. Does get the lead. Joshua Berkey and Craig Silvey will be right behind him. Silvey down on the bottom. A lot of great racing here, guys. 3 wide behind. Rolling that chain of Mr. Doug Burns. Oh, just gets in there a little too hard. Touches the right rear with him. That is the question. Cuts down the track and hits the loud pedal. We are green with 17 laps to go. Trevor Royer will throw the slide there, trying to get up in front of Craig Silvey. And we're fighting for the 6th spot there, I believe. 6th or 7th. Andrew trying to run it up on the high side as, oh, Samuel just lets it drift up here. So that is Richie Joplin in the 9. Not having a good time trying to catch the car and run that topside. And John O'Brien it just slides up and right rear straight into the wall. All loss of ground. 2nd place Trevor Royer. Joshua Berkey and Jackson McLean have been going at it all night, but it's the same story as we go on to our final lap here.
White flag.
Trevor Royer sends it on that slider line, trying to defend, and no need. Craig was nowhere near. As Noah Bowman, Trevor Royer, and Craig Silvey will tell me about it.
They're cloning him now.
Yeah, it looks like
Week 4 of Race 1 took us to the high banked 7/8 mile oval, the Iowa Speedway, for another round of the asphalt sprint cars, where another league record 12 of these monsters took to the racetrack.
As Ryan gets on the loud pedal, and we are green here at Iowa for the B-Main Bandits Triple Crown Series. He's quickly followed by Richie Joplin, who's able to slide up there in front of Andrew. Andrew, looks like he did touch the wall, able to save it. We did hear in pre-race that these guys were having issues whenever they touched the wall. It was hard to save. As they are duking it out for the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th. A lot of throttle control with these cars. They have so much horsepower and so little downforce because there is no wing. Getting off the throttle pretty early, trying to just keep the car underneath him, as he does get it a little bit loose, getting onto the throttle. Working that midline, trying to cut down a little bit. Searching for any bit of speed, hopefully trying to catch Richie Joplin. Working that high side right there around John O'Brien. Him and John just touch wheels. Shoots Ryan up into the wall. Unfortunate for Ryan. Looks like the pace car will come down to pit road, this time by Ryan Pendleton. Will once again lead them to the green flag as they are back on the loud pedal. Green once again here at Iowa. Andrew Thornton not having the restart he wanted there. Lets Richie Joplin get in underneath him, or in front of him there. As Samuel Reed will stay in the 4th position. Austin Thornton right behind him. But he's got Ted Lee and Byron Gay looking to pounce all over him. As looks like, we do have a crash. Ryan Paget once again happens here. It's like he is battling with Robert Smith there. Just 3 wide between Robert Smith and looks like John Green from that incident with Ryan Paget. John just loses it out of turn 2. Drawing all here as we are about to go green. Let's take a ride. Who do we want to ride with? Let's ride with 2nd place, Mr. Richie Joplin, for this restart. Gets a little too hard on the gas. So these guys do fire off. Craig trying to gain some spots. Looks like Austin and Robert Smith just on a great show for us here on Warlord Gaming. Pace car is off. Ryan hits the loud pedal. We are green. Richie gets a great jump on him. Going into 1. He will be side by side, followed by Andrew Thornton and Ryan Paget. Richie staying up there on the high side. Can he make it work? Keep that momentum up. We will be getting the white flag this time around. Last lap. Andrew trying to shove it in there 3 wide. Ryan trying to follow him. Little tap from Ryan. No! That sends Andrew up into Richie Joplin. Richie, unfortunately, cannot save it. That will let Ryan get the win, followed by Ryan Paget and Samuel Reed in 3rd. Dropping both Andrew and Richie back down into 7th and 8th position. Unfortunate day for both Andrew Thornton and Richie Joplin.
Week 4, Race 2 kept us in the cornfields of Iowa, this time up in Knoxville, the Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world, on a very, very rough half-mile racetrack.
Will lead them into one. Byron Gay on the outside gets that momentum. Little bit of contact with Richie, but they do keep it going there. Scott Thompson jumps up into second, shoots down low. Oh, him and Byron just make contact and loses all momentum there. On the New Zealander, Silby does go defensive. Trevor is on the bottom. It will be a drag race for the finish, as Craig Silby will be heat race winner number 1. And John O'Brien will lead them to the green flag as he gets on the loud pedal, going into turn 1, sliding up in front of Brandon Boyles. Josh Berkey both getting into the wall in 3 and 4. John O'Brien loves it as he's trying to get away. Guys making contact everywhere. It's like Charge. Jump into his cockpit and see how close of racing this is. See him working on the inside of Christopher Moray there as he jumps to the outside, gaining that momentum. And he will complete the pass with 2 laps to go. 1.5 second gap now over Christopher Moray in second. In dominating fashion, Josh Berkey will take heat race number 2's victory. They will have 4 non-wing races this season. This is race number 8. And we are green flag racing. Joseph Smith gets out to a great jump, sliding up there in front of Ryan Metal, working on the outside. Gonna be able to get around Joseph Smith, maybe. Joey slams the door and says, Ryan, you better go to the bottom. Ryan does successfully complete the slide job of the night for the heat race. And before we jump into our 30-lap feature, Paget looking on the bottom, will keep it down there. It will be a drag race to the white flag. Paget throwing the slider. Can Pendleton cross him over? They will be side by side on the backstretch. Diving in. Pendleton going for it hard. Side by side off of 4. Drag race to the finish. It will be Mr. Ryan Paget for your heat race number 3 win.
After 3 heat races, the track had gone from very tacky and very rough to very slick and very technical for the 17-car A main event.
Samuel Reed will lead them going down into 3 and 4, jumping up on that high side. Oh, and we already do have a yellow flag. 6th. The New Zealander trying to work his way up there. Oh, looks like Byron Gay and Pendleton got into it. Craig Silby is unfortunate. Getting itchy, and he is gone. Green flag once again. Most of these guys are looking at the top line. In that top side. Gets in there, just not able to keep his momentum up and stalls the car out. Top 5, setting his sights on that podium finish. As we do have Calamity behind him. Now having some issues. Just gets into that slick. That car just shoots sideways, gets into the wall. Collects a couple guys. John trying to work that high side. Diamonds it off and just gets into it with Andrew Thornton. Spins him around and someone lost a tire. Just takes a bad line into the corner. Not had anything for him on the short run. So he's gonna have to try to find anything here. We are back under caution. Ryan working the high side there around Andrew Thornton. And as we've seen a couple guys, they can get into that slick and slide up too much. Man, gymnastic cartwheels out of Ryan Paget tonight. Craig Silby and Andrew Thornton battling it out for 4th and 5th. Ryan Pendleton sniffing right there. Silby trying to get into the podium. Sitting there right in the track. Finish.
As the rest of the field struggled to figure out the slick track, Trevor Royer set sail on the high side and never looked back to bring home the A main event win. Championship week kicked off at the Homestead Miami Speedway with a short field for the Super Aero-dependent Silver Crown cars, their first appearance in the league since the inaugural season 3 years ago.
Pace truck does pull down.
Green, green, green.
And we are green, ready to go here. Racing will lead them through 1 and 2, followed closely by Jackson McLean. Richie getting that momentum up on the high side. Able to slide into third, followed by Austin Thornton. Andrew Thornton is in the back. Staying side by side, these cars do have a little bit of a draft. Tom Land touches the apron. A little bit of contact with Richie. Everybody is still going straight. We got some bump drafting here at Homestead. 3 wide into 1 and 2. Austin saying, man, I hate this asphalt, but I'm here to play tonight. These guys are acting like this is Daytona right now, making pack racing look easy. Land strung out up on the high side, and here we go. Andrew Thornton starting to make moves coming up. He's got a line going in, following Wonderboy on that bottom, shooting under Richie Joplin. As we are second incident. Looks like we do have Mr. John O'Brien. Sir, you cannot drive there. We understand it's asphalt and you dirt guys. As you can see, Richie did finally get that car going. Shot under Austin out of 4. Now he's looking under Tom Land. Oh, contact! Oh, no! Richie has tried to come out here all week, or all season, and try to just prove himself with these dirt guys. He's done such an amazing job and stuck by them. And seeing the growth, especially on the dirt side, it would be a great topper on his season to come home in P1. He's definitely not going to give that low line to Andrew, because he knows once he gets down there, Andrew should be able to pass him. Starting to creep his way in there. Can he do anything? White flag. If it's going to happen, it needs to happen now. Andrew sends it up high, trying to gain the momentum, but loses a lot to Richie. He's going for it. 3 and 4. Austin looking to the inside of Andrew. Coming out of turn 4, Joplin does have a gap. And Richie Joplin will walk away with his first B-Main Bandits victory. As we have...
With Richie Joplin grabbing his first B-Main Bandits victory and Andrew Thornton finishing second, that set the stage for a tie for the points lead heading into the final race at Volusia Speedway Park in the non-wing sprint cars between Andrew Thornton and Craig Silby.
Pace lights are off. Pace truck pulls down. Andrew Thornton does fire, and he will lead us into turn 1 for heat race number 1. Like Berkey getting sideways up there. Don't know if there was contact. Looks like we did have a pass back here. Berkey did get around Austin Thornton. Now setting his sights on Joey Smith. With 1 lap to go, is there anything he can do? Andrew does have heat race number 1 in the bag, followed by Paget. Berkey and Joey coming to the checker. Joseph Smith will take the podium position. Or can the front row hold him off? Jackson already looking low. They fire. Pendleton goes high. Jackson McLean goes low. Jackson will make short work of that front row and start taking off. Has gone out to almost a 2-second gap. Silby with the slide. Pendleton looking low. Pendleton will slide. They're crossing each other over. 5 laps to go. McLean has checked out. These guys are racing for P2. White flag lap. Let's take a ride with Wonder Boy. See him working that high side right up along that cushion. You can hear the throttle control. Winning the car over. Getting back on the loud pedal, and he will win.
With the heat races complete, that set the stage for the 10 wingless warriors to take to the Volusia Speedway Park for the finale, with Craig Silby starting in 5th and Andrew Thornton in 8th.
And we are green for 30 laps here at Volusia. Berkey in P2 having a little bit of deck code issues. As SDK does not want to... There we go. SDK did update a little bit. Craig does move up there. Looks like Paget, a little bit of contact with Silby. If he wants a piece of this championship, he needs to work his way up there. 4 laps down. Oh! That is not what you want to see. Richie Joplin crash break. Oh no, looks like Andrew is going to have to go in for repairs. A little bit too much. Does work underneath him. Can he make the pass stick? Pulls up side by side on the backstretch, working below again. Throws the slider, and Andrew is up into lead number 6. Back up here in your battle for 2nd and 3rd. Jackson throws the slider on Paget. Paget crosses over. Jackson will have the position going into 1 and 2. As they are just throwing haymakers at each other, trying to get any position here. Silby just waiting for these guys. Oh! Paget! He hits the inside wall. Low. Just hits that left rear. Oh! That. Pace car is off. Berkey gets a massive jump going into 1. And he will be up high. Silby trying to work under Paget. Andrew just trying to catch up. He has lost a little bit of ground to Silby here. Silby does make his way around Paget. Ryan is not. Jackson McLean walk away from him. Four laps to go at the line. Silby is in no man's land right now. He's got a 2nd to Berkey and a 2nd to Paget. All he needs to do now is just run clean for 3 more laps, and he should be your Triple Crown Series champion. Again, guys, we do have to look at drops. Silby did not participate in the Silver Crown race. So 2 laps to go. Did he do enough throughout the season? He's won 2, been on the podium for almost every dirt race this season. And it looks like Ryan Paget might fall victim to Jackson McLean on this last lap. Ryan working the high side, Jackson on the bottom. Can he get the slide job? It's going to be a drag race to the finish. Paget on the high side. Paget will claim your final top.
With Josh Berkey dominating the race, Craig Silby finishing 2nd, Ryan Paget 3rd, Jackson McLean 4th, and Andrew Thornton in 5th. We were all on pins and needles waiting for the points to be tallied by iRacing, and it showed that Craig Silby is the king. He takes the Topless Tuesday Triple Crown home to the other side of the world, to Auckland, New Zealand. Congratulations, Craig Silby. Be on the lookout for next season. And once again, huge thank you to Eddie Jones. Without you, bro, this doesn't happen. And a huge thank you to all 30-plus people that participated in the league at some point this season. Without y'all, we wouldn't have this sort of content, and we hope to see you back next season again. I hope you've enjoyed this sort of content. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, find us on iRacing, League ID 7114, and we'll see you on Tuesday nights.